This man is exploiting a New York law so hard he might be able to own one of New York's most famous landmarks after only paying $200 for it. But he's not doing this for his own gain, no. He claims he pulled these legal shenanigans in order to stop money from getting into the hands of one of the US's most prominent, questionable religions.
Again and ask her to remind us of her fiancé's name.
I'm Sapphire, this is Don't Panic, and you're gonna want to stick around. Meet Mickey Barreto, who exploited the loopholiest loophole I've ever heard of when he moved to New York in 2018. So his boyfriend told him about an obscure law in New York that forces building owners to give you a 6-month lease if you occupy one of the rooms in a building and the building was built before 1969. So Mickey stayed one night in the New Yorker and then demanded that the building give him a lease because he's like, hey, I'm an occupant. And the hotel was like, you're insane. Go away. So he took the hotel to court and lost because of course he did. And then took the case to the state Supreme Court and won because Barreto says, and I cannot get over this. At a crucial point in the case, lawyers for the building's owners didn't show up, allowing him to win by default. What on earth? Is that how courts work? If I take my neighbor to court because he doesn't have a pet cheetah and because he totally has the space for it and also would be really cool, and then if it got out and ate our other neighbor's 3-legged sheep, it wouldn't be my fault, it'd be his fault. And then if my neighbor doesn't show up to court, because why would he? I would just win by default? Maybe I should start trying to find some loopholes in laws. Oh, this story ends with police in riot gear storming Mickey's apartment. Yeah, never mind. I'm getting ahead of myself. So the judge orders the hotel to give Mickey a key to one of the rooms. Now, the hotel didn't want to give Mickey a lease, so Mickey ended up living there for 5 years without paying rent because they couldn't kick him out. How? Why didn't the hotel do, anything? It almost seems like they were trying to ignore him. But apparently not paying rent wasn't enough for Mickey. You see, he started claiming that he owned the building, going so far as to try to make other tenants pay him rent, and making the company that owned the hotel give him the hotel's bank account. He claims that since the hotel was never subdivided. I think he means that since the hotel never gave him a lease saying which part of the building he owned, when the judge gave him possession over the room, he also gave him possession over the entire building because there wasn't a lease saying which part of the building he got possession over. It almost makes sense if you mentally squint. But we're not even to the craziest part yet. You see, he's currently being sued by the Unification Church for misrepresenting himself as the owner of the New Yorker. Hence, police showing up with riot gear at his house. So why? Well, the Unification Church owns the building. Why does a church that many people consider a cult because of its questionable recruitment practices and mass weddings between practical strangers own a hotel?
Definitely felt like our moment, even though we were in a sea of vibes and groups.
They used to use it as a church dorm thing and have all of these unmarried people living in the rooms and helping at the church and stuff. And then they couldn't afford to do that anymore because all those unmarried people got married at once. And there wasn't enough unmarried followers to upkeep the church, and so they turned it into a hotel again. Also, there's a power plant in the building because this story isn't weird enough. Mickey is no longer allowed to say that he owns the building while the fraud case is going on. He claims that he's only doing all of this to get the building away from the Unification Church so they can't make any more money off it. And also that he's committed no fraud, saying, I never made a penny out of this. Yeah, but you tried to though. Subscribe if you liked the video and want to see more, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!